Hello friend, welcome back. I am getting ready to can some tomatoes, but I wanted to give you an update on how upstairs is looking. The paint project is 90% done, but I've got some things I gotta show you that are gonna be worked on today that kind of set back the painting project. So first off, they have taped off this trim that Josh finished and they painted the door for this door, but they did not get to that. They are going to do that in a few days because I've got to show you what they're going to be working on today, and then they will paint this door as well. These are the two last kind of doors that need trim painted. It'll be really nice when the downstairs is fully painted. Upstairs is 90% done, but we had a huge setback that they're going to fix today, and I will share with you what that looks like. Here is what the inside of this door looks like and what the outside of the door is going to look like. Now there are areas where they're going to be touching up where, you know, there's paint that is missing, and that's normal, and they are going to do that when they finish up the rest of the paint. So the steps and stairwell have been painted. And this is basically done other than the touch-ups that are gonna need to be done. We did decide we are doing carpet. We have picked our carpet out and it is gonna take 5 weeks before it can be installed. And we went back and forth whether we were gonna keep these stairs wood or if we were gonna just carpet them, and we decided we're gonna carpet them. It'll actually keep the sound down. So that is a good thing. So people can be up here, I can be downstairs working, and even when Josh drums up here, it'll just kind of dampen the sound. So we decided carpet for the stairs. And then here we have going into this bonus room up here. And you can see a little bit of touch-up needs to be done there, but that's normal when you have painting projects. So this whole area has the color on it. I don't have lights, I just remembered, because we are gonna replace the lights that were up here. So that's the only light we have. So the color on the walls here is called Gossamer Veil, and it is kind of a gray, but it's a very, very warm gray, which is what I wanted. And it's actually the color that's in the kitchen. It does look a little bit different up here just because the lighting is obviously different up here. Now, one thing we need to do is build some shelves for the closets because none of the closets have shelves in it. So this closet, that closet I just showed you, needs shelves. This is gonna be our game closet, so we need shelves so we can put games. Right now they're just in a pile downstairs. Up here is looking really good. This is the bathroom. I did pick out a piece of furniture that I would like to go right here. It's a warm wood tone piece of furniture that will match kind of my style a little bit better than this blue. I did, if you went with me shopping, we got a new shower curtain and some towels, and we will be setting all of that up here, I don't know, whenever they're done painting. I don't want to put anything up here until they're done painting because of the dust. I do want to replace the hardware, let's see, on this vanity just to give it a little bit of a facelift. So I think I'm going to go with black hardware on the shelf that I'm gonna buy for right here. So I'll probably just pick up some black pieces of hardware to match the shelving unit. And then in here, this is where we have the big setback. So if you were with us when we purchased this house, this room did not have any texture on the walls at all. So we hired someone to come in and put texture on the walls. Well, when they were painting the walls, the texture started falling off the walls, which was very, very, very sad. And so the painter that we hired to paint the walls has a texture guy that he recommends, and they did some other work around the house that it seems to be holding up. So they're gonna come today and fix this so that this can be painted, and so that they can come and fully finish this project. So that is kind of a bummer. I'm really happy with the colors on the walls. I'm really happy with the way that the trim is popping. I am pretty disappointed though that the texture did not hold up. Our painter thinks that what happened is they did not clean the walls or something before they textured the walls, and so there was dust and it didn't stick properly to the wall. So I'm not sure. I am excited though that it's gonna be fixed and that they can finish the painting. So I will show you what the texture and drywall looks like after they fix it today. And then this coming weekend, they will come and finish all the paint. And then in 5 weeks is when the carpet is going to be laid. But before the carpet is laid, we'll go ahead and go into the bathroom and do a little bit of a facelift up there with the things that we bought together. I have already washed all the towels. I just have not brought them up here because I want kind of all this construction stuff done before we start bringing in anything up here. So I'll see you this evening after they fix the texture. I don't know all the technical stuff, but the guy came and tried to fix the texture, and so you can see now the texture is technically fixed, but all the texture is starting to bubble up. And so he ends up coming another day and they completely scrape all of the texture off the walls. You all probably know more than I do about this stuff, but here you can see this is a place that is actually starting to bubble. It's soft and it does end up hardening and all the texture like falls off the wall. So on a following day, he comes, he scrapes everything off. So all the paint that had already been done, all the old texture, and they basically start brand new. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. I happen to be wearing the same shirt, but it is about 2 weeks later from when we are actually looking at these walls on this day. So Josh and I are going up to look at the drywall. The guy was here almost all day. He scraped everything off the walls and he was starting fresh. So he literally just left. So we're heading up here to see what it looks like.
We need to tighten that stair before the carpet goes in. There's one that's
wiggly. Oh, and we have it scheduled for when the carpet's coming. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Okay, we did it.
It's a very light texture.
I think it still needs to be textured.
Huh?
I think maybe the painters do the texture. Nope. Come on.
Oh, maybe. It just looks like a wall. One thing we weren't sure if we had to do is remove the trim in order to do this. And I think there is texture on the wall.
It's still
wet.
Very wet.
Oh, did he do inside here too?
No, I don't think so. I hope not.
No, he didn't. That's textured. That's my door that goes onto the pantry. Or not the pantry, the closet. Oh yeah, that looks nice. I haven't looked in here since they painted it.
It's good closet space.
Yeah.
I'll turn it off.
Yeah, so it looks good.
Yeah, I think he needs this to dry before he could do the texture. Because that's still wet.
Okay.
So it seems good.
Yeah.
Still some sanding required.
Well, it's good. Hopefully we're moving in the right direction now.
Yeah.
Do you know when the painter is scheduled?
Nope. Would probably be next weekend though.
That'd be good. The flooring is not scheduled for a month and like a week, like 5.
It got pushed out again.
Yeah, November. It's not until November. And I mean, that's okay because we wanted to make sure that we had enough time for that to be fixed.
We've waited this long, so
yeah,
what's another
that's true.
week?
We haven't used this space in 2 years, so what's an extra couple weeks? So I will show you what that looks like once it's painted, and then hopefully we will be seeing some flooring. And we did decide to put carpet on these stairs for just safety and for sound, help dampen sound. Josh is a drummer, and
We're right next to the kitchen.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be quite quiet enough that you'll be able to drum while I'm cooking,
No.
but it'll be quieter.
I don't want to disturb you when I'm walking down the stairs, that's for sure.
Oh, that's true. This weekend is the weekend that the paint is finally going to be done in here, and we're going to get the trim completely done. And this paint up here, you may have never noticed this, but I repainted this, I don't know, a couple months after we moved in because I wasn't happy with the original color we painted. And I repainted these walls, but I could not reach above this area safely. So for about a year and a half, this has not been painted. So they're going to paint that. They're going to get all this trim painted, and then finally I can take down, or they'll take down this paper. And I want to show you what it looks like with the texture being done upstairs that got done. These are the goodies that we bought together that have just been waiting here for the paint to be done so I can unpack them. Now, unfortunately, we did get some bad news. It hasn't been a big deal that the painting has taken a little bit longer, because the flooring is pushed back. We were supposed to get the flooring November 5th, but now with just some shipping issues, the flooring is not going to be here till, I think November 21st or something. So this is the first time I'm up here since they finished the texture, and it does look a lot better. So if you remember, it was all coming off the walls. The first time we had this room textured, it was not done properly, and now it is done properly. And none of the texture is falling off the walls, and it looks really good. It's hard to tell what the texture looks like in video, but it does look really good. Just looks like a normal textured wall. Painters just got here, and they're gonna also fix this hole here. Josh on accident put a hole in the wall a year and a half ago, and when the texture people were fixing upstairs, they went ahead and fixed this, and they also fixed, if you remember, there were big pillars right here on the entry. They put texture here, and we're gonna get those painted as well. It'll feel nice to have those hole patch. Basically for over a year and a half, we just had a hole up there, so it kind of worked out that the texture people had to come, so they were able to do that, and we'll get this room completely finished. On this day, the painters completely finished all the painting. It was amazing. They got all the trim finished painting. They touched up all the little bits that needed to be touched up, and it is pretty exciting. So now at this point, it needs a good deep clean because everything is so dusty from the drywall and paint. If you've never had someone spray paint, because that's what they did, they didn't roll the paint except for a couple areas they needed to touch up. They sprayed the trim, they sprayed the doors, they sprayed the walls, they sprayed the ceiling. Everything gets really, really dusty. Plus all the drywall work that was done, that created more dust. And so before the carpet people come to lay carpet, I needed to do a big deep clean on these stairs and all of the flooring upstairs. So I have my shop vac, and I'm gonna go through and vacuum each stair. So here you can see, this is what the original stairs look like. They were just wood treads that were painted black. And I actually really like wood stairs. In the first house Josh and I ever had, we remodeled and we removed all the carpet from the entire house, and we put hardwoods in the entire house, and even the stairs we had hardwoods. And so I don't mind hardwood stairs, but we went back and forth many times, and we just decided that for many reasons, which I go over multiple times, that, I think we're just going to do carpet. And in the end, I'm really glad we did because it's just really cohesive. I'm someone that doesn't love to have a bunch of different types of flooring in my house. And so because we decided to do carpet on the stairs, so the stairs and the whole upstairs are going to match, and you're going to see what that looks like. I really am pleased with it. And then I'm also pleased with that the whole entire downstairs basically is the same flooring, other than that sunroom. If you were with me, the sunroom is painted. It's a hardwood that was painted. So I actually did a coat on it. And speaking of it, I'm looking at it right now, and I probably should do another coat of paint on the floors in the sunroom. But what I did is I just shop vac'd each and every stair, and then I sprayed it and scrubbed it so that it would be nice and clean. And we end up doing 2 deep cleans on these stairs. So this is the first kind of deep clean I do, and then we end up doing 1 more deep clean. So when we ordered the flooring for up here, we went to the flooring store, I think 3 times, and we finally decided on what we wanted, because once you decide on carpet, we had to decide what type of carpet we wanted and what color. And so it just took us a while to decide. And the one we happened to pick was one that they don't keep in stock. It has to be specially made. And because of the color, they just don't keep it in stock. And so that's why they originally told us it was going to take 5 weeks. But because of just different things, I guess, that was happening in the world, we ended up not getting the carpet for about 3 months. And it's not that big a deal. Like I mentioned earlier, we hadn't lived with this space for 2.5 years. At this point now, you will see what the carpet looks like we have been utilizing this space, and I'm just so grateful that it is done. So I got the steps cleaned. So now what we're going to do is focus on this bathroom. I have never cleaned this bathroom. We don't use this bathroom. It's just been up here. The drawers need a good deep clean, and every part of this bathroom needs a deep clean. So what I do is I start by just putting some toilet cleaner in the toilet, and I'm going to let that sit, and I'm going to focus on some other areas while that sits. I think, now that I'm thinking about it, I think this area was deep cleaned when we bought the house. I may have hired someone to come in and clean. I can't remember though if I actually had them clean up here or not. I know I've never cleaned it, and so it was time to get it clean. This is a nice shower, and the painters had left a little bit of paper, which is fine. So I'm going to go ahead and get the paper out. I'm going to shop vac this and just get any sort of like dust and debris out of this shower basin before I wash it, because I don't want any of that stuff going down the shower drain. And I really am grateful to have a bathroom up here because, you know, Josh and I are going to be doing a lot of working up here. It's going to be a good family area. You know, I have lots of parties, lots of people have kids that are in my life, and it's going to be really nice to have a space that is a nice area that, you know, friends and family, kids can come and run around and play. And that was another reason why we just thought carpet would be a good choice. So I'm going to get that vacuumed, and then this vent needs to be vacuumed. This is something I only ever do when I paint, and I never really think about this. The painters took this vent off and didn't put it back on, and I'm really glad they didn't, because it gave me the opportunity to clean this vent. It's probably a chore that I should just like have on my to-do list, like, you know, every other month clean the vents in the bathroom, but I never really think about it unless I'm painting, and you will just see how, you know, dirty it is, and we can make it look really clean with just a little bit of elbow grease, some water. I put some cleaner on there. I've got a scrubber, and I'm going to get this scrubbed up, and it's going to look really nice. But you'll notice I kind of take the shop vac to every surface before I actually clean it, just because it on the counter you couldn't really see it very well, like the bathroom counter, but everything just had a solid layer of dust and debris and just construction left behind goodness. And so instead of like trying to use paper towels or washcloths and cleaner to clean all of that, I just figured every surface just needed to be shop vac'd. So here's what the vent looks like now, much, much better. And then before I put it on, I noticed that inside of the vent was really, really dusty and bad as well. And as I'm looking at this, I don't know why I should probably do this to all of my bathrooms. I just don't really think about it. Like I said, unless I'm painting and I need to take it down, you know, to paint the ceiling, which I don't paint ceilings very often. So this is probably a good reminder to clean all of my bathroom vents. So I take the shop vac to it first. I try to get the majority of the dust, and then I do go in with a washcloth and some cleaner and just kind of do the final scrub to make sure it's really nice and clean. And now I can get the vent back on, and it looks so much better, nice and clean. Now I'm going to go ahead and spray down the counters and get the inside of the sink clean. This wasn't really that bad because people don't use this area hardly at all, and so it wasn't like dirty. It was just construction dirt that kind of needed to be cleaned. So I do get the sink cleaned, the counters cleaned, I get the faucet cleaned, I clean the little lip that is like the backsplash area, I get that clean and just give it a good scrub. Now, what was the worst part of this vanity was actually inside the drawers. There was just dust and like residue from, I don't know, probably hair products, or I don't know what was in these drawers, but they definitely needed a good clean. So again, I shop vac'd each one of the drawers, and then I went in with some cleaner. The tracks were really bad, so that was really good to get those done. They were very, very dusty where the drawer kind of rolls in and out of the drawer. Eventually, I would love to do a different vanity. I like the look of the shower in here. I like the look of the floors, but the vanity is not in great shape. It's going to be totally fine for a few years, but maybe in the future, that would be something I would like to replace. And then at the very bottom of this vanity, I'd never seen this before. There's actually a drawer at the bottom which normally is just like a kick plate. And this was pretty bad too. So I went ahead and I vacuumed this. This is actually probably where I will store like toilet paper or something like that. It was a really nice big storage area, and I was glad to find it. I had no idea it was there until I was cleaning, and I did give that a nice scrub. Inside the cupboard, if you saw underneath the sink, there was some bleach and some cleaner that had been in there since the previous owners, and it had leaked. And so at some point I probably will need to get like a cabinet liner to line that, just so that, because the particle board under the sink in those cupboards has started to like become eaten away from the bleach or whatever type of cleaner it was. And so I don't really want to put towels just sitting on that particle board. So at some point I will cover that. But in the meantime, what I think I'm going to do is actually put the towels in that blue cupboard until I end up getting a new cupboard. I have the one I want picked out, but I have not ordered it at this point quite yet. Now, this is the fun part. I got the toilet cleaned, and so now I'm going to go ahead and hang up the new shower curtain, which I love putting up a new shower curtain. It just feels so clean and refreshing. So the previous owners did leave their shower curtain, but it was time for it to be replaced. So I just picked this up at Target. It's just a cloth liner. I do like the cloth liners better than the plastic liners because you can wash them, which I actually just learned that you can put plastic liners. You probably have to read the directions depending on which plastic liner you have in your washing machine. But I always like the cloth ones because I can throw them in my washing machine and bleach them and get them nice and clean. I didn't know that you can wash some of the plastic ones until just recently. Instagram keeps showing me that that is a life hack. So I got the liner in. Now I'm going to use these hooks to get the outer curtain put up. And these are just from Target. We went and shopped together for these. I love a white shower curtain. I love the clean, crisp look of a white shower curtain. And so that's what I bought. It's actually the same shower curtain that I had at my last house and then in our guest bathroom that are like powder bathroom. If you were with me years ago, 2 years ago, which is crazy, I have the same shower curtain in that bathroom. I actually have 2 of them, but there's the look. The curtains are a little bit wrinkly, but they will kind of de-wrinkle as that shower gets used, and there's steam, they kind of hang there. I didn't feel like ironing them. So now that everything has been cleaned, the shower, the toilet, the vanity, I'm going to go ahead and throw away a bunch of garbage. Some of this stuff that was up here in that like white bucket was stuff that I moved 2 years ago, and like bathroom cleaners and things like that. So I did go ahead and just get rid of those because they have just been sitting up here. And now I'm going to go ahead and just shop vac the floor up here. Again, you can just see like drywall dust, and there is some paint that's on this floor, which it was hard to see the actual paint on the floor because there was so much other like debris and things like that. And because these are tile floors, they don't have much texture to them, I just take a little cloth and some cleaner, and I'm able to get up the little bit of paint that was left on the floors. That came up really easy. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some of the goodies that we got at Target together. I just have a soap and a candle and a little dish that I'm going to set those on. And then I'm going to go ahead and mop the floors. So we got them vacuumed, and now it's time to get them mopped so they actually can be nice and clean. I did buy, if you were with me, 2 different shower or bath mats, and the color of white did not match the shower curtain, which I didn't notice. And so instead of just leaving those on, I'm going to keep them. Instead of leaving them on the floor, I'm just going to put them in that drawer. And when someone takes a shower, they can pull it out, put it down, and that is what it looks like. New trash can too, so that's really nice. Friend, tomorrow is the day we have been waiting for. The carpet is going to be installed. I apologize for my voice. I am just getting over pneumonia, and I wanted to kind of show you one last before of what we're looking like before the carpet goes in tomorrow.
I did get, about 2 weeks ago, all of the flooring vacuumed. Josh said that he's getting us some pho for dinner tonight. He is going to sweep and vacuum one more time. We are hiring the carpet installers to do some moving of our furniture. And we have been waiting for flooring for, I think, like 3 months now. It's been a very long time. We don't have any lights in this main room right now. That's why I needed to come up here before the sun set. And last time we were together actually was when I was cleaning out this bathroom. And I did buy 2 of these. When we were at Costco, we saw these with my mom. And I thought that these would be really fun up here. So I bought 2 of those. And here's what it's looking like. So this room looks a lot better because this had all the drywall yuck down here. So tomorrow we are gonna have carpet and I will show you what that looks like. I'll try to get maybe a couple shots of them putting it in and show you what it looks like all done. I'm really looking forward to it. But right now, what I need to do is go downstairs and cuddle my family on the couch. They just pulled up, and I'm really nervous about the color because I haven't seen it in about 3 months. I'm just about to make a Dutch baby, first cooking I've done in like 3 weeks after being sick. This is the first time I'm using fresh milled flour in this. So I'm still waiting for the oven to preheat so we can get the Dutch babies going. But they're starting to bring in the padding. I'm nervous about the color. Like I said, I haven't seen it in like 3 months. Josh did a bunch of cleaning upstairs last night. I can show you. So there was some stuff left over from the painters and things. So you got all that taken out. So all that's in here is a couch and the TV stand. And then so that's what it was all. That is all the hardware, like our doorknobs and our outlets that are the right color. And we've got our first piece of padding. My butter's getting a little brown, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and pour my batter in here. Hopefully this works with whole fresh milled flour. Oh my goodness, this looks incredible. Puffed up beautifully. You can probably hear them working upstairs. So how I'm gonna serve this is with some butter and some raspberry freezer jam. That looks incredible. Feels good to be in the kitchen again. I only have 2 clean small plates, so I'm gonna have to grab a bowl out. But I wanna get my family served up here quick while it's still hot and delicious. Oh yeah, that looks great. And Josh made a pot of coffee. So we're gonna sit down and eat breakfast and have a cup of coffee. I just got the first little look at the color and I think I like it, which is good because there's no turning back now. It looks like they got the tack strips for the steps. This ends up being a 2-day project. So day 1 here, they get the tack strips down and they get all the padding down upstairs. We did go with a thicker padding just because we thought that a little bit more cushion would be nice. So this is what the padding looks like in. And I'm really excited. These guys did a fantastic job. There was a couple little things like the transition from the tile to the carpet. They originally thought that they were going to need to put a transition strip, And that's not my favorite look. And you know, if that's what they needed to do, then that's what they needed to do. But they were able to make it so that it's a seamless transition without a transition strip. And so they just went above and beyond, and I'll show you what that looks like. But right now, this is just the padding in. And then in the closet that we're about to walk into, they actually build a lip. They get some 2x4s and they build a lip. And so it looks really good with the way that they did the carpet on the stairs. So I was just really impressed with the two guys that did the work. So on the first day, they got the padding in and then they started bringing up the carpet, but they didn't start installing any carpet, I don't think, on the first day. I can't remember. I'm going to show you in just a second here. They just left day one. I just finished taking about a 2.5 hour nap, and I want to show you, and I want to see what it looks like. So they'll be back tomorrow. So it looks like, oh, let's see. Turn all the lights on. They've got the padding on the stairs, but they still have to actually put the carpet on the stairs. And I have to say, I wasn't really wanting carpet on the stairs, but even just that padding feels kind of nice. Okay, here we go. So they still have to stretch it, so it's not stretched. And you know what, friend? I think I really like the color. I was so worried there was going to be no contrast between the walls and the floor color. Oh, but I really like it. They said that they left some of their tools, which is totally fine. Here's a little bit better look because there's some more sun coming in here of the two-tone. And there's definitely some texture to it. It took us a very long time to pick this carpet out. I think we went to the carpet store like 3 or 4 times. There's some loops, and then there's some like fuzzy ones. And then we went with one that was solid in color, but had a pattern to it. And you guys are not allowed up here. Go. Hey, Josh. They are not supposed to be up here. And so that's what the first 2 rooms look like. Looks really good. And they've been vacuuming because there was tons of carpet pieces. It looks so good with the trim. It looks like they lined up the pattern well. I'll have to show you better in the light tomorrow. So here's the 3rd room. This is Josh's office. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so nice. And then carpet is going in here, so it does look like they did get a layer of padding down. And eventually, we have tons of stuff in the basement that's going to be stored up here. So Josh is a drummer, so this is going to be his office and his drum room. And then the room we were in that has all the tools, that is going to be my office. So here's what day 1 looks like. I like how they did this transition. They at first thought that they were going to have to do a metal strip, and I like that so much better. That looks fantastic. Wow, it feels clean and cozy, and I'll show you what it looks like tomorrow. I need to go take another nap. It's the next morning, and they just got here. Excuse this, but they just finished. So let's go upstairs. I have not seen it since last time I saw it with you. Oh my goodness. I already love it. For a couple of reasons. I'm gonna shut this real quick because it's colder up here because we don't have the heat on upstairs yet. We went back and forth a couple different reasons. I am actually not a huge fan of carpet. I do prefer hardwood, and I didn't mind the black stairs, but they didn't match this flooring. And so we just figured it would be a more cohesive look to have just 2 different types of flooring in our house. We have now carpet up here and on the stairs, and this flooring instead of having black steps as well. So here is what it's looking like. Feels really nice and cozy. I love the color. I was a little worried that there wasn't going to be enough contrast between the floor and the walls, but I'm happy about that. Josh just needs to put one more piece of trim right here. Oh, it's so nice having flooring and not tack strips and drywall dust. Here we go. So one thing we need to buy this weekend are some light fixtures because we took those down and didn't put those back up. But here's what my office looks like. Oh my goodness, I love it. It actually is showing up a little bit darker for you than it is for me. But I am glad to have carpet up here. For a couple of reasons we decided to do carpet up here. One, it's quieter. And the line of work I do, sometimes I need it to be quiet, whether people are up here and I'm downstairs, or they're downstairs and I'm up here. Quiet is good. And I'm gonna be able to put a big desk right here and look over the garden. I wanna put a standing desk. Josh has one and I just wanna get the same one he has. And safer. We figured since this is going to be an area of a lot of fun activities, carpet would be good. So this is a couch we had in our media room in our last home. And this is also, actually this has been in all 3 of our houses now. And so is this, I need to dust this. But what we're gonna do is I think reuse this piece of furniture, put it back here along this wall, put a big TV here. And I do think we'll use this for now, but eventually I would like to get a huge, huge sectional. We had one that we had gotten with our wedding money, our first couch Josh and I ever bought together, because when we first bought our house, we only had a love seat, and then we took our wedding money and bought a couch. But I really like that couch, so I'm considering getting that same couch for up here, getting a huge one with a pull-out bed, and then a big TV up here, and lots of room up here. So here, this bathroom, we worked on it a little bit together. It doesn't look bad. It's actually clean, which is nice. But all of the hardware got put in here. So that's a project Josh is going to need to do here. He's actually put all the doorknobs on. We bought all of that stuff when we first moved into this house. Plus, he is going to be replacing all of the outlets. These are beige, and we are putting white ones in. Here's what the hallway looks like. I love it. I wasn't sure if I was going to be happy with carpet, but I'm telling you, I am happy we went with carpet. Another reason we didn't do hardwood up here is because if we ever do hardwood downstairs, we would want to match the hardwood up here. And we don't know what we want to do downstairs yet, especially in the kitchen. If we ever do the kitchen, wow, this looks really nice. I think there's a light in here. Maybe there's no light in here. But I like the way they did the step. Oh my goodness, it feels so good in here. So this is going to be like Christmas decorations. We're gonna put our skis in here. Here's some of Josh's drumming stuff. His drum kit will be out here with his computer and things like that. But I'm so happy. That's another reason why we went with carpet. It's because Josh is a drummer. And if you know anything about drumming, it is very, very loud. And so keeping the quiet up here is gonna be so nice. It feels so good up here. We started this project 2.5 years ago almost. We bought this house, I think we closed in June, maybe, May, I can't remember. You all probably know more than I do. But one of the first things I did was rip out the carpet up here because it was old and needed to be replaced. And then I sealed the floors with Kills. And so this has been a long time coming. We honestly really have not felt like we needed this space as a family up until about 4 or 5 months ago when we started this project again, you know, finishing the trim and getting the doors, because all these doors are new. We had to have these painted because some of them didn't match. This closet over here didn't even have a door. I want to put all of our games in here. I think I want to get a table for up here for playing games. And so I'm very excited. A bunch of stuff is just downstairs in the basement in a big pile, and it's been there since we moved in. So whenever I move a bunch of that stuff up here, I will go through it and probably donate quite a bit of it, because if it's been there for 2 years and I haven't needed it, I probably don't need it. But I'm really excited about how this has turned out. So the next thing is to
I've got to get a desk up here because it's gonna be hard to work up here if I don't have a desk. I guess I could actually. I could sit on this couch and work on this couch up here. But I'm just really excited to have more family space for us. So thank you so much, friend, for being here along the journey. I don't sound great, but I'm feeling better. If you didn't know, I've had pneumonia for the past, it's going on 3 weeks, but I feel really good today, even though I don't sound very good. And tomorrow I'm hoping to actually decorate for Christmas. And so I just want to thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. If you want to watch some more videos, I'll pop them here. You can go enjoy between now and the next upload. I am so grateful to be walking down on comfy carpet. And I hope you're having a fantastic day. And I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, friends.